I did rock up to a family gathering with 2 slabs of cruisers once.
And I've got to say, that was one of the worst funerals that I've ever been a part of.
You need bad decisions to make a party a good party, to make it a memorable party.
Mate, they were calling me small hands. And you know how I get about being called small hands, dude?
Fellas, you gotta wear linen. Like,
What are you talking about?
All right, mate. Good gosh. I want to get it on the record early and quick and
Here
early
we go.
that it was daytime when we started preparing for this. And bloody toss. Oh my God.
Mate,
It's been hours, dude. It's been hours I've been waiting.
Well, it's been weeks for me trying to get you on to get you set up for this. So,
That's
I'll
bull,
take
mate.
a couple of hours
Mate,
over a couple of weeks.
Mate, that's bull. You know I've been living, mate. My weekly update, where I've been, what I've been doing. So we're doing this, by the way, bit of housekeeping first. We're doing this every couple of weeks now. So every fortnight. A bit more sustainable for the time being.
We've just learned to take the L. We
Overpromise and under-deliver.
Yeah, yeah. Every time, I felt like as soon as we missed that week, we'd be like, "Oh, well, we can just take as long as we want now." So, like, with a fortnightly timetable, makes us more accountable.
And it's on our mind for the entire fortnight. We've tried to do this like 6 different times, but it just doesn't work. It never works out. And for good reason. Reason number 1, I've been in Tasmania. So, pretty amazing. Been to Tassie recently, Dos?
Not recently, no.
Ever?
Yeah, I've been there a few times.
Yeah, right. Were you old enough
Yeah,
to
I love
drink?
Tassie. Yes. But I was
Key.
there weekdays, but I still went out every night. Because, it was a good time. It was good fun. I love Tassie. It's the most Aussie place I've been to. And, like, I never want to tell them that, but I reckon it is. It just really
Thankfully,
is. Everyone's really nice.
Even though we've got this like worldwide audience, we don't have a Tassie audience, so they won't have heard that comment, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. Oh mate, it's delicious. That's all I can describe Tassie. It's freaking delicious. There's just wall to wall food, cheese, wine, oysters. I had oysters for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Jesus.
It's schmick. It's really good. Gins, cheese. I don't know.
Beer, cider.
Yeah. Oh,
They've got everything down
mulled
there. Mate,
cider,
oysters.
mulled wine.
Oysters for breakfast. I've got a bit of a bone to pick with that. I went to a bottomless brunch a few weeks ago,
Classic.
and there were oysters like in the menu, and it was after a big night, so I'd come straight from a big night to the bottomless brunch, and there were oysters. No one else was eating them, and I was like, well, I can't waste them.
It's on the table. Someone has to do it.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. At least make it look like we tried. And I had 2, and man, they just wanted to come back up. They don't go down well
After a big night or just full stop?
after a big night.
Yeah,
I
okay.
quite like them normally. So, but yeah, these were probably not Kilpatrick. They were proper raw, lots of salt water.
Oh, mate, you are making me hungry right now, dude. I had them straight out the river, straight out the ocean, whatever. And it was just
river.
mostly water. You mostly drank salt water, and it was so
You weren't eating oysters if you haven't been out of the river. That's for sure.
No. They put them in the river. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the science of it because you're not cultured enough. But the other couple of reasons why I've been busy, as always, renovating. Love it. And I get stuck in this like monkey brain. I don't know if you ever get into the mode, Dos, where you just get like chronically focused. It's normally when you're doing like labor or doing like a somewhat menial job where you just have to do the same thing for ages and you just get locked in and it's all you can think about. And you don't care about time. You don't care about anything. You don't even care about eating or drinking. Like, I don't know if this...
You don't care about the podcast.
You don't care about the pods. I don't care about the Rogers. I think fuck the Rogers. I mean...
you really got to go that far.
Clip that. We love the Rogers here.
There's going to be a bit of editing going on this episode.
I can see Jed's memes now. And the other thing was I had SARS coronavirus 2, the second coming of COVID-19 2. Seriously. It came back and it was just a really bad sore throat. The worst sore throat I've had in my whole life. It was shocking. So apart from that, it was pretty cash. Lucky here, still with us. That's that. That's the weekly update, mate. That's why I've been busy. And clearly you can tell by how jam-packed it's been that it's legit.
Yeah, it was better than last week's. I'll give you that. I'll let you have that one. Mine was pretty standard, to be honest. Just testing out the liver most weekends. And then, but we might have COVID in the house at the moment.
Oh.
So trying to decide. I think, we had it in the office last week at work. And then all of a sudden, half my roommates are sick now. And we're just like, is this a week off?
Reckon you're going to get it?
A week off work? Mate, even if I get it, I'm pretty sure I'm asymptomatic. So
true.
It won't affect me. I'll just super spread, do what I've been doing for my whole life. But other than that, I've been going to trivia. I went to trivia last week. I've been doing a bit of trivia this year.
Whoa, that's unusual for you. You're more of like the dumb guy, you know?
What? Wow. Okay.
I put it as nicely as I could. I was, it's like that's the, real dumb guy,
Wow. All right. I'll brush that off because I did pretty well.
Do? Honestly, do you think your trivia team's worth its salt? Do you honestly, and be honest with me?
What do you mean, like?
Could your trivia team beat my long reach trivia team?
Ooh, yeah, I think we could. I think our key selling point is diversity, whereas you guys are all like cattle wranglers. You're all just sitting there talking about cows. And
no idea
you guys,
about my team.
The only cultured answers you'd have would be from like like the bottle caps, beer bottle caps. They give you those little fun facts. That's the only stuff you guys would know out there.
Or even like or the fantails as well. We're like experts on what movie was Hugh Jackman in. It's like Wolverine. Australia. He was in Australia.
They filmed it out here.
Okay. Anyway, what else has been going on, mate? Because I'm keen to do a virtual trivia competition, and we will smoke you.
That would be pretty fun. That'd be pretty fun. I did a bit of rock climbing the other week, and I've discovered it's one of the few sports that I'm proper terrible at. Mind you, I went into it, and I don't know if I fractured my thumb or what, so it doesn't really work. And
it
just
still
tried to
doesn't
climb
really
up.
work. Is that an ongoing thing? Your thumb's just not.
Yeah, it hasn't healed. So
Wow.
We're just plodding along.
Wow, it's been weeks, dude.
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks now. But yeah, and like I did legs the day before, so it was just like I was just doing chin-ups the whole way up. And by the time we got to the top, I was like, I am exhausted.
I'm impressed you got to the top though. That's pretty good.
Yeah, one of the easy ones. That's for sure.
It was a boulder and you just sort of crawled over it.
Mate, it was the stairs to get into the building. I was like, yeah.
And you're like, I really don't know if having the harness on and having the person like belaying me is necessary for the stairs.
Yeah, I was a good person downstairs.
Yeah.
The guy like sorting out the rope. I was pretty good at that. My OCD kind of came into play there. I was like, I need this taunt all the time. So I was pretty onto it, and, which is good because I spent a lot of time down there.
Do you know what the good thing about trivia, testing out the liver, rock climbing, possibly even renovating and having COVID is?
What's that?
You can do them in winter, mate. And
you can do them in winter.
All those things you can do in winter. And in fact, the things we're doing, and it's the road guide to winter. Tackling the really big topics, So this is a quarter of your life we're talking here. This is you might think it's abstract, but this is serious.
Yeah, and as a winter baby, I do prefer it as my favorite time of year. Yeah, by 2 days.
That's why you're so big on winter. See, for me, summer baby, January 6th, pretty much right in the heart of it. Do you know what though? About to write it off. Great when you're growing up and you're in school, being a summer baby, awesome. You always have holidays. But
true.
I'm off it. I'm off summer and I'm off winter, especially off winter at the moment.
Okay.
I used to think that I would never be the person that like says, "Oh, spring's my favorite month" or "Autumn's my favorite month," because I was always like, "You're weak. If you're weak, if you think that." But do you know what I think now? I think you're smart if you think that, and you're strong and you're handsome if you think that summer and winter are the worst months. They're too extreme. They don't quit. They don't give up. Summer, just spend my whole life sweltering. I don't want to spend too much time on summer. But winter, it's freezing out here, man. I'm suffering here in outback Queensland. Bloody, this whole, you can add layers, but you can't take layers off. Bullshit about winter. I'm calling it out. It's not true. I'm still cold. I'm still shivering. I put my feet on the floor. I've got an old Queenslander style cottage. It's wood, all timber, no insulation whatsoever. It's freezing, man. I'm suffering.
Because it gets to what, like 20 degrees?
19. It gets to 19.
Oh, God.
No, mate.
dude,
We're getting
such a
we're getting
cry
like
movie.
1.8. We're getting really low, mate. 0 is even almost. If it was like 2 degrees cooler. But yeah, man, it gets cold out here, dude.
That is pretty cold. I'll pay that.
Oh, sweet.
It's
Thanks.
funny. I can respect that. Well, to be fair, like we had really cold winter to start, and now I think it's kind of just chilling.
Huh?
It's not like proper cold. It's just cold.
Yeah.
I think it was like cold early. It was like cold mid-autumn, and I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a long winter. But now I don't know. I also get used to it pretty easy. I don't really feel cold or anything anymore.
Oh man, that's sad, man. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. We'll save that for the serious 60 at the end. That's hard to hear, man. I'm sorry to
We'll
hear
readjust that. But overall, it is pretty much my favourite time of the year. Like, footy's on. Means you get to watch, play footy. Movie nights are super easy to justify. It snows, well, not necessarily Melbourne, but you can go to the slopes and snowboard, which is one of my favourite things.
True.
Gyms aren't packed because everyone's quit and they've given up on the summer bod.
No one's showing off the six-pack in winter.
That's it. And rain, snuggles, fish and chips. The list just goes on. It just keeps going. It's just so much.
Fish and chips? What are you talking about? You used to have fish and chips every Friday, every week, no matter what season it is. You've just thrown that in there because you're like, oh, what's some things I like? Oh, I like fish and chips. Oh, I like snuggles. Anyway, the rest is valid.
Yeah.
But still not enough. It's still not enough because step 1 of the road guide to winter, hibernate. Sleep through it.
Oof.
There's animals out there that have just figured it out. They're smarter than us. They've probably been around longer than us. Bears, squirrels, I'm pretty sure. They squirrel away all their acorns. I think that's how they got the name squirrel.
You're suggesting our rogers live their lives like squirrels. Is that what,
Bears,
what you're trying to say?
Dude, pick your animal. I mean, I think some of the rogers probably act like squirrels, but the bears, choose something like that. I mean, it's not the time. It's not the time for you. I'm sorry. It's not time for you. It's too cold. Just rug up, eat tons in spring or autumn, whichever month comes first, and just veto it. Sleep for a few months, come back, save cash. Pretty good. Save on electricity, save on bills. Yeah, that's my suggestion. Also, other benefits, you don't have to watch your team, possibly the Brisbane Lions, get tantalisingly close to a grand final and not deliver on all their potential. It's a simple win.
That's spring. So you guys are good in winter.
Oh,
and
good.
You suck in spring.
True. Well,
I think I have the similar approach to like Brisbane when they come in, like the footy team when they come into winter. They step 2, they don't waste it. They want to make the most of it. Set yourself up. That's what they've done. They've set themselves up to disappoint in spring, but that's a different ballgame. That's spring. That's on spring. I feel like too many people waste winter. It's like they just don't do anything. They hibernate. They do exactly what you're suggesting. But like a place like Melbourne's always got something going on. And there's we got some light festival. We had a fire festival.
We have some light festival. We got this fire.
It looks cool.
Oh man, you're selling me on winter.
It's hard to sell visual shit on a podcast. I will admit. As I said,
just use your hands for the YouTube watchers. Then just use your hands. Show them what the light and fireplace look like. Well,
you just got to rug up and get out there and see it yourself. It's that simple. And lines are down because no one wants to line up. And I just love going.
Lines are down for
cold.
what?
You feel it because no one wants to line up for like clubs and bars
and bottomless brunches.
Bottomless brunches.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my pitch. So maybe I came on a bit strong with hibernate because you've gone and just basically suggested in step 2 the opposite. Step 3 then, here's something we can agree on. Travel. Have you ever been in a situation where you've been somewhere that was just ice cold, freezing, super cold, and you've gone somewhere and you've gotten off the plane, literally got on the plane and then you got off the plane and it's just like, and you're maybe even dressed wrong. And it's like, holy smokes, it's hot, it's warm, it's beautiful. That feeling, that's crazy. That's a wild feeling. Get out there and, nomads are doing it. The oldies, our boomer listeners who are listening to us on the road when they're traveling around, probably outback Queensland, they've got it right. Everyone comes up into Queensland during winter because it's warmer than it is in other states. So they go and do that. Travel, get out there, leave your place. If it's too cold, you can't hibernate because you've been told in step 2 not to. Get out there and travel. It's a good time to do it.
And to be fair, it's cheap. It's actually quite cheap to travel in winter.
Oh, mate, I've been seeing. I saw it in an article. Not a reel or anything like that. Mate,
because you're
the
sophisticated journalist.
The places that you just can go during winter in off season, like the off season. I reckon that's content, like you just go there and it's this place that's like in the brochures or in the whatever, and it's like, beautiful summer, tropical, and then you go there in winter and it's just like, or spring, it's like some monsoon or something like that. I reckon you got to experience that. I reckon you go there when it's off season. That could be the new play for like true experiences.
Yeah, that's fair. I find it. When I was in London, I jumped on a plane to Spain for literally 10 quid. And flew out. Yeah, flew out the next day. It cost me more to get to the airport than it did to.
That is absurd. That is absurd. Yeah. Are people really living like this?
Literally,
and it was like me like $800 just to get to Brisbane from Longreach, and that's our capital city.
God.
Man.
So obviously I had to leave at like 4 a.m. So I was freezing, and it would have been like 4 degrees. Oh, it would have been less than that probably. It was literally the end of winter, and then got to Spain. And straight stripped down shorts, singlet, like you just straight beach, like you just walked out. I was like, oh man, this is so different. I was so white at the time as well. I was like, I feel so European right now.
The true experience.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason why I was so white as well is because winter fashion, which is step 4.
Oh man, you are the most Melbourne. You've got the most Melbourne freaking pictures and steps. It does my head in every time. I wonder, were you like this when you were in Queensland? Were you like this when we met? Have we just drifted too far apart? Like, who are you, dude?
Maybe we have, man. I'm just too woke for you now.
Let's take it for Serious 60 if you're gonna let me down like that, dude.
Dude, we should just call it the depressed 60. By the way, things are going. Well, what I love about winter fashion is like you can't not look good because like your trench coats, you got your scarves, beanies, like your snow bunnies, like you just.
What's a snow bunny, dude? What are you talking about?
So snow bunny is just basically a female in the snow.
Yeah, I thought so. You're describing all of these like objects that you could like wear, and you include women. Come on, dude.
No, that's not where it was going. No, I don't know what it is. I think it's, I don't know how to sell it. You just look better. Summer's like, you can only look good if you got the bod. Yeah. Winter's like, you can look good if you got taste in fashion.
Yeah. Luckily for me, I deliver in summer every single year, let's face it.
You hate that this show's a video now, so you're a bit worried.
I agree. I've actually bought a bit of winter fashion. I bought coats for the first time. I bought like lumberjack flannel to go with my flannels, and to really lean into that sort of Western look I've been cultivating. And I've got to say, feels good, man. Feels good, looks good. Gloves with no fingertips, so you can use your phones and stuff. Oh yeah. Live for them, dude.
You bought, interesting. See, I struggle in Australia. It just doesn't quite get cold enough for me to go full winter fashion.
Really? Oh man, I've had thermals on, dude. I can't cope. I can't hack it.
Yeah. See, I've got a couple of scarves, and I love scarves. That's such a good look, but I just don't really get a reason to wear it. Like the other week, I went to the footy and it's freezing cold. You're sitting there watching footy as the wind just blasts you. And after the first quarter, I had the scarf off because I was hot from just yelling and abusing everyone. So, but like in London, I was wearing it all the time. So yeah, I need a colder place. I need to go somewhere colder. I need to go to Canada, live there.
Bit of foreshadowing here. You heard it here first. You probably did. You probably told everyone. Anyway, step 5. Now, Dos, we've got some great tips so far. 2 that contradicted each other. And then one that was actually probably the best tip, travel, and the other one that objectified, certain members of the human race. But step 5, this is a huge one. This is one you've come up with yourself. I'm keen to hear it. People want to know, what is step 5 to winter?
You just got to normalize hot chocolates on dates. It's simple. It's like, coffee's good, but if you want to...
We've got 2 weeks to come up with these steps. Step 5, Hot chocolate's okay. Okay, guys. This is all
I
we
feel like
got.
there's too much of a stigma around it. People feel compelled to get a mocha over a hot chocolate.
Do they?
Like, what are you doing with a mocha? Either get a coffee or get a hot chocolate.
Man, that's tough. I can't believe people are going through that.
Yeah, man, the struggles of the common man or woman. And I'm here to provide a bit of a support network to like really normalize that hot chocolate
I
life.
can't believe you are taking a stand. I can't believe you're putting yourself out there like this. This could be the most controversial we've gone. This is something that could land us in some hot water, literally.
Some hot chocolate, hopefully. I think one of the barriers, I reckon, especially in Oz, is you can't really get hot chocolates in the afternoon.
You know what? You're right. No,
cafes
you're
are
right.
closed.
Oh,
They
that's not my
close
reason.
early.
That's not my reason.
Oh, yeah. What's your
It's
reason?
too warm. I mean, in Longreach at least, it's warm at that point. It's beyond the weather. You don't need it anymore. But yeah, no, in the mornings. I got to admit, though, I don't really feel stigmatized, but I'm not from Melbourne where it sounds like coffee is some bloody culture war or something.
Yeah, like coffee's great. Don't get me wrong. Big fan of coffee. But yeah, hold up. I think my GoPro might stop filming.
Here we go. 2 weeks in a row, 2 times we've had critical filming and recording issues.
Well, it's not flashing at me anymore, and it's not filming
I wonder how long it's been not filming for, mate.
no, either. Definitely 12 minutes in. I saw it. 17 minutes. So that mightn't have been long ago.
All right. Well, we can just take it from we can just go through technical issues.
Yeah.
Step 1 was this, step 2 was this, step 3 was 5. Let's keep moving.
Ah, so that's good.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. I'm good. Yeah, hot chocolate.
There you go. Hot chocolate. That's what he comes back on. That's what he's chosen. The first words you might have heard after a technical difficulty. Hot chocolate.
I have like certain memories in my head that are like, you know how like there's certain foods that you just remember from that day, like your first drink of alcohol. You remember what it tastes like. You remember being in that moment when you kind of smell it, you taste it again.
Yeah, actually, yes.
I have that for when I've had hot chocolates. They've always been in like significant moments. Like when I met Delta Goodrum, I had a hot chocolate.
Oh, mate, that's wholesome. That's actually wholesome.
Boxing Day in London, I was just walking around to catch up with a mate I hadn't seen in years. And I had a hot chocolate and a bagel. And I was like, this is so nice.
The sentimental 60 with Dos here.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know how we've played this for listeners and viewers, but we lost Dos's video link for a while there. I'm presuming his audio kept going. So maybe we just moved me into full screen for a few minutes and I moved back, but we'll see what happened. But step 1, let's just run through it before we move on. Step 1, hibernate. Just sleep through it. That's my strat. Dos, step 2.
Don't waste it.
That's right. Don't hibernate. Apparently that was step 2. Completely contradicting what I said.
I didn't specifically say don't hibernate. I just said don't
If you
waste
love
it.
hibernating, power to you. Step 3 is travel. Leave the place that's winter. Go somewhere warm. It's a great time to do it.
Yeah. Step 4, winter fashion.
Winter fashion.
Dress good.
Step
Look
5,
like that snow bunny.
big one from Dos. One come from the heart. Normalize hot chocolates. I think we should all try and do that. Let's try and be better people. Normalize it.
Yeah. 100%.
All right.
100%.
Dos. Now, big one for you here, mate.
Oof.
I've told you, it's called the unexpected big call. It's a temporary segment because people are going to think,
We're
wow,
desperate.
3 episodes, season 2, episode 3, which is where we are, and they don't have a big call. They've actually run out of friends. That's what everyone's saying. That you can't jump on the DMs. You can't look at a story that you've posted without people saying, hey, friendless. You guys have any friends? But we've decided we're going to prove we've got friends, hopefully. And we're going to call someone, a friend of ours, in our phones, whether it be Facebook or whether it's on the phone, see if they answer and just to validate us. Let we've got friends. They could be on the show, but they're probably cowards, and that's on our friends. So here we go. I'm going to make a call now. Making the call. Let's. Here we go. Big moment.
Who are you calling? I don't even know.
We'll find out, mate. Oh, there he is. It's Chunch. Chunchy, how's it going, mate?
George.
Now, Dos is talking to you, but you can't hear him because he's in
not
my
going to
head.
hear me, no.
But it's going to be pretty one way. I just wanted to say, hey, mate, you're on the bloody bloomin' road guide, mate. Welcome to it.
Oh, the road guide.
Yeah, this is your debut. We're live. We're rolling here, mate.
Oh shit.
That's all I really wanted to say. Actually, how's the day been? Tell me what was the biggest day? What was the day of your life?
The day of my life.
Yeah, number one day, day that existed.
God, it's. I gotta say, this is the day of my life right now.
Whoa, this is the day of Chunch's life, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here
Road
first.
guide.
That was a huge, unexpected big call. Chunch, thanks so much for jumping on the show. We really appreciate it.
No worries. Anytime, hit me up. My name is Josh. I write music. I do a lot of different things.
All right, that's enough
All
from
right,
the big
we
man
lost him.
himself. He
We're
broke
losing
up
him.
there. He broke up there. Mate, there you go. We got friends. There's your big call. Dos, do you think you've got a friend that'll answer the call? Answer the big call itself?
I probably do, but then it's going to hang up on you. I just realised because I'm calling you off your phone.
Wow, that's one way of getting out of proving you've got friends. But that's all right. The Roguers know now that your boy, DP, he's got the friends.
Yeah. He's racking them up.
We'll try and get
Well,
Chunch
like
on a real
on that.
episode. Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, like I've put the call out there recently, and I just need a bit more bite back from the community.
Yeah.
We need guests. We need friends.
And do you know what?
Well, like actually, no, you don't even have to be our friend. You can just come on the podcast.
Yeah, like-
and then you can be done with us.
We're going to shout him out later, but just let you know, Ao Khan jumped on the YouTube channel, left a comment.
Oof.
This is definitely a chill vibe. I'll be waiting for the next one. Ao Khan, how about be in the next one? There you go, man. Thanks for the comment.
There you go.
You can have
Don't just wait for it.
Don't-
be on it.
Yeah, don't just wait for me to unexpectedly call you and ask you ask you some BS. Jump on. That could be you. That could be you.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for all the comments and messages and texts and that. It's very nice. But before we get into more shout outs, Serious 60, mate. Been a lot of joking around, a lot of kidding around, but it's a serious world out there.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
got one for us?
Whoa, okay. The chemistry there was just ripe. It was,
That was
just
stagnant.
All right. Serious 60,
Oh.
mate. Here's one for you. Here's one that, I'll be honest, occurred to me last week. Having a better week this week. Monday, we're off to a good start. But
Nice.
I've got a question for you, Dos. What do you do when you're completely, like at the end of your rope, end of the line, end of your tether, you're losing your marbles, stuff's going on, it's all happening. How do you cope when you're in a situation that's just completely doing your head in and you're just not thinking straight and you're just not who you want to be?
I go out and get a hot chocolate, mate. I get out of the situation and I go for a little walk. And because it just gives you time to think. You give yourself a small, meaningless task to do. Will distract you and will give you a bit more clarity. Like it's meaningless because it gives you time to think about what you've been thinking about, what's been stressing you out, and it also gives you the opportunity to be, I guess, achieving something else as well, just so you can, kind of two birds, one stone sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm inclined to completely agree. I had a moment last week where I was just like, nah, I can't do anything here. I'm totally not right for the moment. So I just dipped. You can't always just dip. Sometimes you gotta, you can't be just in the middle. It's like, maybe you can just dip. Maybe that is like infallible. You just go, no, I'm just gonna leave. But probably not. I think there's situations. Situations are situational. But I just went outside. There was a bench that was just sitting right in the sun. Perfectly, your face was in the sun when you sat on the bench. And man, I must have sat there for like 20 minutes and just bathed in it. And it made a big difference. Really made me feel a bit better. And it's a better situation, I think, than staying in there and trying to crawl your way out with whatever mental state you're in. Yeah,
I think that's the main part. You just got to give yourself that extra moment just to relax and realize it's not the end of the world. Nothing's gonna. Well, some things will kill you, but
nothing's gonna kill you. That's a promise. That's a Rogue promise. That's the Rogue guarantee.
Yeah.
Nothing can kill you.
It won't. It just won't
can't
kill us.
Imagine you just like in those dangerous situations. Mate, just relax. It's not going to kill you.
Kids, jump off that building. You can fly.
Figure it out. Or if you're halfway down the fall, take a moment, go get the hot chocolate, think
Get
about it,
Get hot chocolate.
and then
You're
get back
right.
to it. You'll be fine. Love it. Good advice, mate. Good advice. And you mentioned that, it's not all over in that as well. And I think that's not the case for Jed. We might be losing one of our best mates, the meme master of the road guide. We may never hear from him again. It's all over for Jed.
I think that's the last social interaction he's going to have. Would have been his last meme.
Wow.
And now he's moved on to bigger and smaller and baby-like things.
Oh, true. He's sticking around, is he?
Yeah, he's well, I don't know. They're meant to be having a baby today, and I don't know if it's going to be today or tomorrow now because it's getting close.
Wow. Well, luckily today, when this uploads, could be tomorrow, or it could be next week, but hopefully tomorrow. Anyway.
Yeah. How much effort would you put into controlling the day that your child would be born?
Whoa. That's a really weird question that I hope you're not going to say a lot of effort in response. For me, I put in no effort. No effort. None.
Yeah, but say you settled down with someone and you're like, all right, let's have a kid. Are you going to pick the point that you want to try and conceive that baby so they can have, more chance?
More chance.
To be born on that day.
Yeah. That's No, I don't think I will. And I'm curious to hear what you think. I genuinely think if and when the time comes, that's it. You just go for it. I think you just have to shoot your shot, literally. But Dos, I'm presuming you've got some weird date that you actually have a target for.
Well, it's quite simple, man. It's got to be January to March so that they can be born and then be developing faster than the rest of the students in their grade and the rest. That way they're going to be more developed, more likely to get drafted. They're going to be a bigger player. And they mightn't make it when everyone catches up to them, but they'll be on the draft boards. They'll get in. And then after that, it's on their own.
Dos, I got to apologize to you, mate. Earlier in the program, you've come full circle. Earlier in the episode, I might have said, big dumb boy, big dumb man.
There were some words floating around that sounded like you called me dumb.
You have proven conclusively that you are switched on. You're not just a smart man, but you're also a good businessman. That's called economics. What you've just said there. That's just getting your child in a position to let you retire. Let it be over. Let you be right on the coattails. The media will still want to talk to you. You'll still get your little shine because you can be like, exactly. We'd take him back in the backyard and we'd play whatever sport. Brilliant, mate. You've normalized hot chocolates and you've normalized only procreating on specific days of the year. That's
normalized birth control. Yeah.
Literally birth control.
Literally.
Well, Dos, it's been an absolute treat, an absolute pleasure. Good to be back. Good to be pretty much technically on time, I've got to say. I think we're doing all right. I think we've made it this time in time.
Yeah. I'll take this for sure. I think considering I've just realized, we've made a pod in each season of the year.
Whoa. Oh,
that's how poor our timing has been.
There you go. Wow. That's
yeah.
That's really something.
We're going to improve on that.
Yeah. Maybe we just wait till next season and do spring or something. Anyway.
We just do 4 pods a year.
If you're listening on listening app, whatever program, whatever application you listen to, thanks for listening. Thanks for commenting on the Instagram channels, whatever. However you get in touch with us, I'm not too familiar. Dos is the app guy. But if you
I did find out that you can do. I had a few people get back to me and say that you couldn't 5-star on Spotify, but you can. You just got to click one little click further than you would on other podcast apps.
Brilliant.
So that's not an excuse anymore.
No.
If anyone says they haven't, I'll know who you are. Well, I don't, but I'd prefer to know who you are.
And if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Leave a comment or whatever you got to do, whether you've got a tip for winter, whether you've got you want to be part of the big call, controversial, or if you've got a Series 60 suggestion, or if you just want to get a shout out, just leave a comment, something worthwhile. Sometimes they're not always worthwhile, but shoot your shot. Appreciate it.
If you've got a step 6, just hit us up on Instagram and might get a post if you're lucky. If you feel like it's worth it. Yeah, there you go. Get your name out there. considering every other guest seems to be coming on throwing their socials at us. So,
Yeah. Well, Dos and Rogers, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming. Appreciate your time. And as always, when the going gets rogue,
the Rogers get going.
there you go. I'm going to try and put you on the spot each week. I think I might have said the same one as last week. Anyway, row.
Row. Catches.